And we are live here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I am John BRECKO. PJ is once again not here. School's getting to this man. He's getting an education, and now he's above us. You see this shit, Ruben? You know, he talks about how Anne Hathaway got him into a frat, and now he thinks he's too good for us. You see this bullshit?
Dude's a new freshman. He's already missing classes like he's in upper class.
He said
seems like bullshit to
no,
me.
No one heard this, but Ruben said frats are for brats. I might have to agree. Although he did have like the most interesting interview question I've ever heard. So part 1 was name the 3 hottest celebrities in Hollywood. So his 3 were Scarlett Johansson. What was the next one? Scarlett Johansson. Margot Robbie. That was the other one. And then the curveball for him apparently was Anne Hathaway. Right? And then once he sorted that out, he was like, they were like, fuck, marry, kill, go. I wish somebody asked me this in an interview. Why can't I have interviews like this? Like, that's what I want to know. Hold on. Before we ask our guest, because I want to give him a proper introduction, I want to hear Ruben's answer. So, Ruben, pretend like you're actually going to get into a frat and have people like you for once, okay? So, Scarlett Johansson, Margot Robbie, Anne Hathaway. Fuck, marry, kill. Go.
Oh, damn. I'll be honest with you.
I know you're not prepared. I know I put you on the spot a little bit. You know, you could have a second to think. Yeah, I can watch your head glisten in the light over there.
I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do a Google.
What do you mean Google?
Do
you not know what they look like?
I'll tell you mine.
No, I mean I know they are, but know how many actresses I know and seen.
I mean that's fair. So while you're looking at that, I do want to introduce our guest before we get back to that. Ruben over here derailing our show already. You should have seen him on the last show we did when Jason Passmore came on. Big shout out to him. He was playing the wrong songs. He was taking a while to get him on. I had to stall for time. Oh, this man was just having a day.
Okay,
but
I'm gonna go with Jennifer Lawrence.
I didn't say Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I thought you said choose your own.
No, I said Scarlett Johansson and
Margot and
the
Anne Hathaway.
Classic fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah, I said fuck, marry, kill between the 3. Do you still need Google?
No. All right, I'm gonna say Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, which one? Fuck, marry, or kill?
Fuck, marry.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume fuck. Which one would you marry? Which one would you kill?
That's a hard choice.
You got this, Ruben.
All right,
I believe in you.
You believe in me? I guess I'll go with Anne Hathaway.
Would you marry or kill Anne Hathaway?
I'll marry.
Marry?
Yeah.
Yo, PJ said marry Anne Hathaway too. Although he switched. Although he wouldn't kill Margot Robbie. He switched those 2.
Oh yeah. Well, Margot. Yeah.
Because he wants to hear Margot Robbie moan in Australia.
You know, that's like.
That I kind of agree with.
That's like. No, that's like asking
give me your shrimp and put it in my bobby.
You know, that's like asking. Would you like an apple pie, a cherry pie, a pecan pie? Which one would you not choose? Versus having a cherry pie and an apple pie and roasted snails.
That sounds like a lot of fucking pie,
fuck,
Ruben.
marry, or kill. Are we talking about Jim from American Pie?
Yo,
he's fucking all the pies, dude.
He's making this shit so fucking complicated. But anyways.
You can marry or kill whoever you want, but you got to fuck Margot Robbie or else my clown porn search history is just...
It's just done.
Yes.
Just a problem.
I 100% agree with that.
I'm fucking Harley Quinn, man.
So I do want to introduce our guest before... we get into any more of this important conversation. We talk about the important topics on Hamilton Radio. Like who we would fuck, marry, and kill.
That's the most important topic before it gets to the lame topics.
Yeah.
That's just life, baby.
But anyways, I'm very, very happy to have this guy on. Stand-up comedian, stay-at-home dad. Again, very happy to have him. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for A.J A.J Ellis.
So happy to be here. I have to apologize that I'm wearing this mask.
I thought you were going to princess wave for a second.
I can, as long as you don't have me breathe on or cough on you right now.
I'll think about it.
I'm not a mask guy. I was actually been made to feel like I'm a princess waving kind of fellow just for wearing it, but I started a new job today, and I'm in elder care. I just started at a nursing home that's designed for senior citizens who have...
Right.
They have serious chronic illnesses.
Okay.
On top of that, it's also a nursing home that specifically caters to senior citizen members of the LGBTQ community. Which,
really?
Either way, that's fine.
I mean, this is the first I've heard of a place like that.
Yeah, well, Jersey, we're a blue state. It's progressive. It's not a requirement, but trust me, as a stand-up comedian, I will have a lot of material coming from this new job.
Yeah, no, that would be a hell of a requirement, too.
Yeah, I'm only on the hours when I'm on the clock. I don't have to live it 24/7.
Just to let everybody know, I mistook this for a Michael Myers mask for a little bit because he was pretty far away and the light was kind of making it look that way.
I don't know why it hurts my feelings, but I'll figure it out before the next time I talk to
Trust me,
Johnny.
I'll find another way to poke holes at what you say. Don't worry.
So anyway, I go to my first day, and nobody tells me until it's like almost lunchtime. They're like, "Hey, dude, you don't have to do. You can do whatever you want, but it might be a good idea to use a mask because these RSTLNEs are very contagious senior citizens." And okay, that's cool. But I feel like maybe that was kind of bullshit. I don't really understand. You can't catch that kind of stuff. I mean, I feel like they tricked me into wearing this mask. So I'm just going to be who I am. Feels right. I mean, I had a little touch of paranoia on my way home from work. I feel like there was like a big tickle in the back of my throat, but you know.
Let me tell you right now. He looks like a real life drag queen right here on Hamilton Radio. Right here. Get this man's career off the ground. Put him on a runway.
Stay at home,
right
Dad.
now.
I got the baby wipes, so I don't have to commit to this bit anymore. But
listen, he's going to smear this right now, and he's going to look like he fucked somebody for first
Well, now
place.
you guys understand why I wanted to fuck Harley Quinn and not marry or kill her. It takes one to know one, baby.
Everybody wants to fuck Harley Quinn. How could you not?
It's going to be Lady Gaga in the next one, and I'm still locked in on my clown porn search histories. The thing I can't do anymore is, so I'm a little bit older. I'm like,
are you trying to tell me Ronald McDonald was your wingman? Because I would totally believe it.
I mean, I'm more into the grimace body type myself, but that'll work too.
That's okay. That's fine.
But
I'm not mad at that.
Clown porn is a thing that nobody knows about me. I hope my wife isn't tuned in right now, but I know she is because she's so supportive. I used to be a big MILF porn guy.
Do you think she would support your clown porn addiction?
I mean, I got to put a pie in her face every once in a while instead of her pie in mine, but I'll figure it out.
I like it.
I used to be a MILF porn guy. Now I'm in clown porn because as I've gotten older, MILF porn is basically just hard luck women roughly my age porn, and that's just nowhere near as fun. So that's where I'm on there.
I'll tell you this. You talked about pie. Clown porn looks like it involves a lot of cherry pie.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that that's where the nose thing comes from, but
yeah,
I can't see myself on camera, but I do know that this didn't wash off. I was at a show earlier today, if I'm going to tell your behind the curtain for your listeners and viewers. I didn't mean to be here looking like this, but when I put the lipstick on, it didn't come off. So I drove here from Morristown all the way to Trenton freaking out that I couldn't get it off. So I called your buddy PJ Moore, and he was like, just roll with it, dude.
Well,
Johnny's cool.
Let me ask you this. Did you put the mask on as you were coming out of the car? Because I came out because there's a lot of different doors when you walk into our studio, and I usually come out when it's somebody's first time to try to kind of show them where to go. So was it one of those things where you just put the mask on right before you got out?
So while we're being honest, I texted you that I just got here, but I'd already been here for 2 minutes because unfortunately I've relapsed as a cigarette smoker, and I wanted to not ruin the bit.
You burned yourself with the cigarette. It's at the wrong end.
Yeah. Oh man, again, I'm like
okay.
I'm like the reverse. I'm like the Marlboro Man if he was liberal. But you were coming out faster than I realized, so I like ran the mask on. But you definitely
love it.
probably saw me, like my grandmother, putting pink lipstick on the end of a Parliament light.
This looks like pink eye went down to your lips, if I'm being honest.
I think that's an ass to mouth side symptom, like you were talking about earlier.
It just might be, but
Ass
I
to
think
general facial area.
Listen, if you're working at an LGBT elder care place, they've had time to pick up some diseases.
Yeah, they've been around the block. Apparently, they've been around the wrong blocks. Not the kind of blocks my grandparents hung out at, but
Yeah, no, they
more
they,
like the
they
East
lived
Village kind of blocks.
those East Village blocks. What was that thing called from like '68? Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're looking at the people that have been part of Woodstock right now. Like, I feel like you're not in an LGBT elder care place. You're in more of a Woodstock museum.
That's fair. I should have been more concerned with catching that as opposed to COVID.
You should have been learning about the history. That's what should have been happening.
But what I'm telling you is that I feel
no
like
one gives a shit about taking care of the elderly. We should have been looking at the history.
But I'm in the community
fuck
now
did we
because
get
every
here?
comic at the show I was at was looking at me like I was the gayest guy in the room because I was wearing a mask, and they didn't even know that I was just hiding this lipstick joke. So I feel like I've lived my truth now, and I don't like it.
I mean, but like you set them up for like a big reveal though. So like you played into it like really well, and then it gave them like the reveal of like why. Was anybody like wondering still after like, hey, like you got a little something on you from work. Why'd you wear the mask? Why didn't you just play it
So
up?
I
Like, was
framed it
anyone
as I
curious?
was just cared about everybody's health. But the host, I went up first, but the host called me out in real time and was like, why are you wearing a mask? What is going on? So basically, they made me feel shamed. So I just put on the airs of anger, and then when I revealed it, everybody got the joke. But before that, pretty sure all my friends in the room were like, what is this guy doing?
I love it. I mean, I think the closest thing I've had to that was I did a Halloween show. It was a charity thing. I forget what the charity was. This show was years ago, I think like 2019. Like, even before COVID did that to anybody's lips. But, you know.
Trendsetter.
So I had a really sick idea for me and my wife, my girlfriend at the time. And
they turn into wives, don't they, over the years?
Over the years,
Been there,
I
done
put it
that,
off
bro.
as long as I could, but the pressure just kept building and building.
Been there,
I
bro.
caved.
I get it.
I know. You're stay-at-home dad. I know you've.
The
been
sad thing is that they deserve better than us. But,
I mean, me and her both have our days, but you know. But here's the thing: I had this really sick idea for like a couple thing we could do. Because I didn't want to, like, do anything basic, right? You know, there's a lot of people that, like, would want to be, like, Gomez and Morticia from the Addams Family. You're probably going to get a lot of Barbie and Kens in the next few years, and we're going to get
definitely this year.
We're going to get really fucking sick of it. So my idea was if you know anything about Despicable Me and Minions,
I'm having kids game, dude. I know all of it.
There's a minion that falls in love with a fire hydrant. So I wanted to be a minion and a fire hydrant. I think that
beautiful.
Is a fucking fantastic idea. Obviously, she's going to be the minion because the minions are adorable. And I'm just going to look like something that should stay dry. You know what I mean? I mean, I thought I was a pretty good fire hydrant until the costume started falling apart at the show. And, like, I'm trying to at least keep it together until I get on stage. Because now I have a joke in my head because it's falling apart. So I'm talking to everybody with, like, the pieces of the fire hydrant that are, like, Velcroed onto me. And I'm sitting here, like, I'm sure everybody here is wondering what I am. They're wondering what this costume is. Well, I'm here to let everybody know my costume, and I pull one of the pieces of Velcro off that's meant to be, like, a handle for the fire hydrant. I'm like, my costume, I throw it, is absolutely fucked.
Man.
It was a great opener.
Yeah?
No, it was a hell of a way to open the show.
Now it's your presence with authority, man.
Yeah, man. I do remember there was somebody that was actually asking me, like, during my set, like, later. And I, told everybody what I was. I don't think that really went as well. But, I mean, no, it was a fun show. Shout out to Sharon Simon. She's the one who had me on it.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Oh, my God. Sharon's fucking great. Yeah.
I feel like we should know each other already. It's weird that's the first time we've had this. I've actually been a fire hydrant in a couple's costume with my wife before
Was
too.
she a minion?
But we're old, so it was before Minion. She was just the female Dalmatian firehouse dog. And the reason why we came up with that was because we figured she's a bitch, and I love to be pissed on.
I love it, dude. That is fucking beautiful. Holy shit!
I feel like we're kindred spirits.
You want to know something right now? I feel like Despicable Me really just stole that from the Dalmatians, and they didn't want anybody to know, so they had them fall in love.
That's fair. That's
you know what I mean? I could see that right now.
I respect the whole Despicable Me thing because with the Minion spinoff, they have a whole universe.
Dude,
I've jerked off to Scarlet Overkill before. It's not a big deal.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
Listen, with those lips,
stuff.
do you really think we're surprised?
They're not always like this, but I
Only
guess
most
deep
of the
down
time.
they are. I'm just revealing my true self
It's okay.
to a stranger.
It's okay.
And a, stranger who's in the
sips
producer's
tea like
booth.
nothing's wrong. Oh, he likes all the weird shit.
Dude,
Dude, are you kidding?
I picked that up immediately.
He
Yes.
wants you to leave some of that lipstick on the top of his head before the end of the night.
I want him to stay in that room before I get to my car.
What's gonna happen is his head's gonna be so sweaty when you finally kiss the top of his forehead that it's just gonna glide right off and it's not gonna leave the lasting mark.
Well, that's going to happen sooner than I thought after that description.
I know he's making you really think about it. You know, I should work for Pornhub if they make ebooks. I gotta tell you, but
You see, the problem with ebooks is that you don't have the tactile sensation of a real
so
book
I mean,
anymore.
I can gather why we really haven't met before. So you've been doing comedy for about a year. You told me before.
Yeah, I started
right?
I started at the beginning of last year
Yeah, so
when I moved back to New Jersey from Charlotte, North Carolina, after spending 15 years in the South.
oh shit.
I grew up in the same town I'm living in now.
You know what?
New
Fuck
Jersey.
what I was about to go into. How was being in the South for 15 years?
It was fantastic. A cheap deal, growing cities without all the bullshit and hustle and bustle
Yeah.
until we had kids. And then we figured out very quickly why the North won the Civil War, and it's probably because the lack of education that's going on to the general population of them Dixie rebels. My daughter got great progress reports. It was only kindergarten. It was only her first year in school. Great progress reports, great report cards. And when I asked her to spell cat, she used a number sign. And that was the time that we realized that this wasn't working. And my son was already in 3rd grade at that point, but he's just naturally smart.
Spell cat. 85 cents.
Yeah.
@ exclamation point.
It was like, I don't know if you guys remember that old cartoon character, Cubert. He always cursed in just random symbols. That's how she spoke generally, and she didn't get that joke. But we got the hell back up to Jersey because my wife got a job in the city.
She's got to understand these jokes.
Yeah, she needs to eventually be able to decipher how terrible of a father that she has, because right now I've got the smoke over all the
100%.
eyes.
Like, she probably thinks, the fact that you look like you have an STD is hilarious because she doesn't know what it is.
She's never even going to know that I saw that. What she doesn't know is that I hate my job as a stay-at-home dad because I want to punch my coworkers in the face regularly.
Oh, dude. That's normal, though.
But now that I'm doing this
Who doesn't want to punch their coworker?
this trans-positive elder care, maybe I won't have to take care of them as much anymore, and then we can grow back together.
Because they're going to see this shit. That's why.
Well, I mean, they're big fans of the podcast, Johnny, of course.
Oh, are they?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was about to say, I didn't know they play me in the elder care where they can't hear me anyway.
I thought we were talking about my kids.
I mean, we were at first.
Well, I'm going to spread it to the elder care job. Who knows?
I love it.
I mean, I'm
sounds like a
here.
great idea.
I'm here to help. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. If I can boost your viewership among the trans octogenarians, they used to be young and now they've decided to be old. That's how they identify.
The trans silent generation.
They were silent and now they're so loud. They talk. I can't.
Now they won't shut.
Now we have
the fuck
to hear
up.
about it.
They just talk to themselves, and I can't stop hearing them. They're in my head right now. Okay, so I do want to ask, how did you end up getting your start in comedy? I think the reason why we haven't met is because I've been focusing a little bit more on, the podcast, work, things like that. So I haven't been out as much as PJ and probably you have, especially over the past year. So how did you end up getting your start in comedy?
I feel like this is not an answer I hear from a lot of other comics, but it makes complete sense if you know comics.
Right.
My therapist recommended that I tried stand-up.
Yo, you know,
Nobody says that, but of course, there's not mentally healthy people that do this.
I mean, here's the thing. I feel like I don't know anybody that's actually said that, but I feel like I've heard it once or twice.
Oh yeah, I've never heard anyone say that, but I know 10 people that's the case.
I can't pick anybody out specifically that I've heard it from, but I feel like I have. You know what I mean?
We're all kindred spirits here, so it makes sense. Right. The thing that I thought was really fucked up is that I jumped into that because I've always, we always think we're funny and funny with our friends or funny with our family. I've always been funny for years, but I knew before I even got into it that there's a craft you have to learn to try to do this on stage.
Sure.
However, my therapist, to a weird extent, was like, you gotta try this. Like, it was like 6 sessions before I actually did it.
So like
I almost punched that bitch in the face the first time I bombed and ate shit. I was like, you sent me to do this to deal with my anger issues? Can I I needed to like rescan her credentials. It was ridiculous. But she's hot, so I stayed with her.
That's fair.
That's fair. Hot therapist.
Yeah, no, you gotta kind of figure out how to make that work. Just on the side.
I mean, it's never going to happen, but it doesn't mean I can't think about it.
That's fair.
It's called mindfulness, Johnny. She recommends mindfulness.
See, I was also trying to kind of set things up for you, speak it into existence.
Yeah, manifest that shit, dog.
That's one way to be mindful.
That's what they say. Manifest.
Yeah, man, 100%. But I mean, I love that. So basically, your therapist brought that up for like 6 sessions straight.
You're so funny because she was getting paid $200 an hour to listen to me tell squirrel jokes. Like, it's an inside job. But you want to hear my therapist's favorite joke before she forced me to try comedy?
Okay, sure.
I think I just may have stepped on the punchline a little bit, but I think I still got.
I'm definitely down to hear it. I just feel like it was one of those things where like she just kept like saying it over and over, like, yeah, you should do this.
When you hear how bad this joke is, you can extrapolate that to the fact that she pushed me into stand-up comedy and realized it was really just a money grab. So I used to say to her, I have this dream all the time that someone knocks on the door, and when I open it, this squirrel runs through my legs, runs into the bathroom, and locks himself in there. And I spend the rest of the dream trying to figure out, what is he doing in there? Shit's nuts. Ayo!
See, that's how you know he's a stay-at-home dad, because that is the biggest dad joke I think I've ever fucking heard.
Which is ironic because my kids roll their eyes harder than anybody. They hate me so much.
Oh, dude.
Which makes it so much sweeter for me.
Dude. Probably the best part about you having kids is getting to embarrass them.
Oh, my God. I have so much material and making them feel bad about themselves. But without actually
without even trying.
Without even saying it to them. So it's like, who's the victim here? They will be when I'm dead in 20 years and they start looking through my YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have some therapists ready.
I think we're all going to be going through that. It's not going to be just you, though.
Well, that's
100%.
good. That's good.
So I do want to let everybody know, I feel like this is a good time. Definitely like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. We just passed 3,600 subscribers a few days ago. We actually got one as the show has been going on. So once again, guys, thank you so much.
Johnny, thank you. I appreciate it. Not you, Johnny. Johnny Gaddy. I know it's you.
That's okay. I mean, I got kind of excited, but I'll get over it. I'll get past
My best friend, who is also my writing partner, said he was going to wait until a right amount of time to start the subscription and then send out the link to his friends because we're fans, and now I'm glad to have this opportunity to be here.
Yeah, no.
He's actually a much bigger wrestling guy than me, and he was like,
looking
at your earlier episodes, he's like, dude, you're out of your element. I was like, well, I think they talk about other things too.
No,
but I go back, I was shamed for being a Doink the Clown fan in the late mid-90s.
Well, you look like a Doink the Clown fan
That's
right
ironic,
now.
Isn't it?
You look like you're copying the lipstick.
None of it came off, did it?
Listen, the way the hair's looking, if you just dye it green, I'm going to start getting convinced that you're like the 6th iteration of him.
And then I can do the same thing to my son, and we can call him Dink, and we can go on the road.
Dink, Doink. Oh, man, they did so much with Doink the Clown that I don't think ever should have that. I don't know how it lasted.
between the rise of Doink and Dink and the rise of me getting to the age where I might have a chance with girls, that buried my fandom, my WWF at the time fandom.
Yeah.
And
No, that
it's
makes
not fair
sense.
because I know there's been so much good shit since. And my buddy Johnny, who's the newest subscriber, I assume, is still in the game.
Here's the thing. I feel like, at least with WWE, like, it's at its best it's been in probably like 20 years.
It's awesome. I think I'm
like,
gonna
I feel like,
reinvest.
you know, since like the Attitude Era, you really haven't like missed all that much. You know, basically from the start to the end of John Cena's career, like if, you know, you missed it, you'll get over it. But I feel like, you know, just the stories and the wrestling has just been so good that, you know, I think a lot of people might want to think about coming back. Plus AEW is really good now.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. I did watch a little bit of their last show. It was very violent. I mean, I enjoyed it because I'm a sick son of a bitch when it comes to wrestling. But yeah, they were booking for the sickos on that, man.
Hey, everybody needs their thing.
Yeah,
Something for everybody.
Some people like a story. Some people like a very like violent match.
The uniculture, as they used to call it, is long gone, where everybody watches the same thing. There's something out there for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a multiverse of fuckos.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Beautiful.
But I mean, would you ever watch wrestling with this friend?
I almost exclusively only watch wrestling when I come out and hang out with him, because he's got a kid that's super into it, and I'm trying.
Okay.
My kid's not into it. My oldest son, they're the same age. They're both 10. But there's worse things than him. Like, my son wants to watch other people play video games on YouTube videos, and like,
The worst thing.
as a kid from the 80s and 90s, like, I can't understand, like, being
Watching
player number
other
2
people
was the
do it.
worst thing that could happen to you.
You know what
He's starting to get into it, though. We're starting to get him into it, and that just naturally, because I'm watching it, is getting me into it too. And I realize the production, the storytelling, it's pretty deep.
You know what really fucking gets me? Like, what I don't understand is because there'll be people, you know, because, you know, we both have YouTube channels and shit, and there will be people that, you know, post like reaction videos. Like, what I don't understand is like people that react to someone else reacting. Why would you want to watch somebody
Where do you draw
else
the
watch
line?
something?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And, you know, if you're on the other side of that video, you're watching somebody else watch someone else watch something. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I'm 100% with you, man. The original reaction video is already a stretch for me, but hey, I get it. That's still content.
I mean,
Are you so hollowed out of a husk as a person that you can't come up with a content that isn't the inception of someone else's idea? You're like in the third level of dream state there.
So
It's
I don't
ridiculous.
think I've ever talked about this on my show before, but what I do a lot for my channel, this is how I've gotten most of the subscribers. What I do is I'll take a clip from either Raw or SmackDown at this point, because that's, you know, what gets the most views, the WWE stuff that I do. You know, I used to do it for, you know, different sports. I did it for NFL, I did it for NBA, I did it for AEW more often than I do now, but I went to what was getting me more views, right?
Sure, we're all horse.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I was
That's why I'm here, buddy.
That's
No judgment.
why I put the Raw and SmackDown. Raw is one kneecap, SmackDown is the other, and I was spreading for it. But so, you know, I, you know, started posting, you know, about those. I would take like a 5-second clip, and I would, you know, try to put a punchline to it, you know, try to make a joke about it. You know, I had one. This is probably the most recent one I've done. You know, for everybody that's looked at it already, I apologize. But, you know, one guy said, because they're about to fight for a championship, right? And one guy said to the other one, "I'm going to dog walk your ass," right? So he punches the guy in the face. He tries to hit him with this move called the spear, but the other guy hits him with the spear back. I was like, yo, he just dog walked this man so hard, he made him do tricks. He sat that man down and made him roll over.
Beautiful. Look at you.
And then
So give me an example of one that didn't work as well. Maybe NFL or whatever.
That I actually kind of have to take time
Because
to,
we all
you know,
remember our golden tickets, but man,
All right,
You
so
got to put the sausage in the grinder to come up with shit that good.
I'm just gonna say it's this one that only got me like less than 300 views.
It's more views than I've ever had.
Oh yeah, so do you know what like a neck breaker in wrestling is,
Sure.
where they like turn the guy around
spin
and
him
like
up,
drop
yeah.
him? So one guy hit another guy with it off the top rope, and a good match. People like to call it a banger.
Sure.
So
It's like a British sausage.
what I basically said after that, I was like, yo, they had a real headbanger in this motherfucker.
That didn't work?
I mean, it only got like 300 views.
Damn.
I'll have because the shorts is where I get like pretty much everything. So like I'll have stuff that gets 1,000, couple thousand.
Well, you got 301 now because I sign off on that with a big thumbs up.
All right. I mean, we were really at like 270. I was rounding up, but it's all right.
Fair enough.
But I mean,
271, motherfucker. Am I allowed to swear like that?
yeah,
Okay,
fuck
good.
yeah.
I probably have already.
Swear
but
as much as you fucking want, bro.
I'm sobering up with the lipstick hangover, so
Oh, okay.
becoming self-aware again.
So there was drugs on that lipstick the whole time.
No, but there should have been. It would have been a lot less.
It would have been so much
more
easier.
more understandable.
Would have been so much easier to deal with.
Yeah, it's just Molly and Coral.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad time though.
No, Molly in the ocean sounds wonderful.
I was gonna say when you get home, that'll probably be the best time.
There's so many people that are going to get in the way of that vision when I get home. I have four fucking roommates, and I hate them all.
Mind.
I hate the one I married. I hate the three I pumped into her. Waka waka.
Oh man.
Dad jokes, motherfucker.
Yeah. Normally at the end of every video, I'll do a little pun. What's the name of that guy who goes surprise, motherfucker?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about, but I
just remember he does it on one show. I thought it was Samuel L. Jackson for the longest time.
He says a lot of motherfuckers, that Samuel L.
Yeah, that's why I got him confused.
But you're talking about...
I forget his name.
Damn it.
But normally instead of surprise, motherfucker, I'll be like, subscribe, motherfucker.
Damn it.
My wife fucking hates that. I don't know why. She likes everything else, but she hates that ending line.
Okay, so that sticks out for her. That's funny because my wife hates inappropriately random things about my act too. I actually stopped bouncing things off of her, not because the reason why I married her is because we have a similar sense of humor, but there's some like real sore spots in topics I'll cover that I can't even guess. And as a comic trying to tell jokes, if you're willing to have this new baby that is raw, it's not a diamond yet, it's just a piece of ore, and you're willing to share that with the person that you've decided to spend your entire life with, and they give you crickets, shit hurts.
Yeah.
And all I ever say when I get crickets is, well, you married me, dummy.
You decided to do this shit. You decided to marry this. And these lips.
You could have had a short visit. You could have had concert tickets
These
for a
lips
single festival, but you bought the entire tour.
These lips look like they've been sucking dick for 17 years straight.
I'm gonna either put my mask back on or apply more baby wipes to this situation because I can't see from the monitor, but it seems like I'm still RuPauling pretty hard. Huh?
Well, I will tell you this: it won't look like a Michael Myers mask in the dark anymore.
Not anymore.
That's what that COVID mask was looking like to me when I first walked in. But I think I said that.
That was a perceptive mistake of yours, but it'll be funny if you start getting random boners when you watch Halloween now.
Dude, it would be funny like if my lips started getting bigger and just started, having dots from just looking at you.
I'll take it as a compliment.
That would be funny for everybody except for me.
The entire
that
world
would
except
absolutely
for us.
be funny for Ruben. Yo, Ruben, can I tell you something? If you ever fall asleep drunk around me for whatever reason, I am going to draw a nipple on the top of your head. I don't know why I thought of this right now.
With coral colored lipstick.
It would be fucking hilarious.
It's gonna be a long time away because I never had a drink in my life.
I forgot you told me that recently. Let me ask you this. I'm going to talk to you for a little bit.
That's cool, but does this smell like chloroform, Ruben?
We're gonna finally get you hooked.
Do I smell apple seeds burning?
You're gonna be listening to Cocaine Country in a little bit.
Giddy up, motherfucker.
So let me ask you, why have you never decided to drink? Because you probably made a lot less bad decisions than I have, but I'm curious as to why. Because you look like you make a lot of bad decisions.
Well, here's one. No, I was about to say.
He doesn't want to be like me.
He's like, I'm here now. Yes, correct.
No,
He's like, I wanted to be like John BRECKO when I grew up until I found out he drinks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my ex-stepfather was a drunk, was an alcoholic. And number two, I never liked the smell of alcohol.
See, I had a lot
It actually irritates my stomach, believe it or not.
See, I had a lot of alcoholics in my family, but I went the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You made the good you made the good decisions. I got the hair.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Is what we're trying to say.
Oh man, we have so much in common, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. That's the reason why I never touched an alcohol in my life.
So I guess to probably till you're 6 feet under, you're probably not touching a drink. I'm assuming.
I'm not jumping on you, Ruben, but to say that you don't like alcohol because of the smell is being like, I don't smoke crack because it sounds weird in the pipe.
I was gonna say there's a lot of people that don't like the smell and drink anyway.
Yeah.
Some of us don't have a choice. Irish and Italian over here.
So I do want to ask you: is there any drink that you've ever smelled that you've just been like, no, fuck that? Because some drinks, smell differently. I can't fucking stand the smell of Jose Cuervo. Like I've tried to drink it, like I can't do it. I put that too close to me. I start gagging on the smell. It's so
Yeah,
bad.
I don't. The thing is, I don't know what it is, but like, I
Everything
remember
else
like,
I'm fine. Just Jose Cuervo, I can't.
I
do
mean,
it.
even like champagne and wine, just like him, I have an Italian background.
Not a big
and
champagne
French,
Nice.
and I don't never drink, and even around the holidays, like New Year's, they try to give me like a little bit of champagne. I just the smell just
New
nauseated
Year's.
me.
New Year's is a good holiday for drinking.
I remember one time someone told me that drinking is required taste. I said, well, there's a lot of unrequired taste out there.
They said required taste.
Yeah, that's what someone told me once.
I love how they said required and not acquired.
Yeah, or an acquired taste. I'm sorry.
Well, do you want to know how it's an
Either way, the joke works.
Do you want to know how it's an acquired taste, Ruben?
Why?
By acquiring a drink and fucking putting it down your guzzler. That's how it's an acquired taste.
See, I have this thing that if it doesn't smell good to me, I won't eat it nor drink it.
Yo, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I
'Cause
agree.
I got-
Pussy smells amazing.
Oh fuck.
So
yeah.
that's different.
Agreed.
I don't know how that's different for you because everything else isn't. But so one of the nights we had Nate on here, right?
Oh yeah.
Nate
I
Ben,
thought-
great guy.
Yes,
Love that dude.
100%.
He's hilarious.
I
dude.
thought he was trying to get me to go out to drink.
Uh-huh.
Because this was on like a random Tuesday, and I was like, fuck, I really don't want to, but I have nothing to do the next day. So I was like, fuck it, I'll come out for like a drink.
Mm-hmm.
To my surprise, which I was actually very happy about on this night, it was a halal place. And I fucking love the food, and I brought it home one time, and Abby can't stand the fucking smell of it. Like I haven't been able to bring it home since because like she was complaining about it so hard.
What was it, Indian food or halal food?
It was halal food.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a halal place. You know where Naz's is on 33?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Hello.
What- halal princess wave. So what I'm
delicious.
trying to say is, would you have a problem eating halal food for whatever reason? Like that just made me curious.
No. I get food from those places like Mediterranean. Yeah, like falafels over rice. I get that. I get the baklava.
I like their fish platter.
Yeah, I can't eat fish.
Is it because of the smell?
No, allergy.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Yep.
Yo, Ruben,
But,
we should go eat seafood together one time.
Watch him blow up.
Ruben, did you know I'm on a seafood diet?
You see it? What? You can't see it? Or
No,
you
Oh, I thought he was gonna do it.
No, I see it. I eat it.
eat it.
Those donuts are gonna go down eventually.
That's a donut hole diet.
That's right.
My favorite food is also C. UNT pussy eating joke again. How you seem like you were in on that pussy eating joke at the first step, and then you said you had a fish allergy. I feel confused.
Then he looked at your lips and he's like, "I bet anything
it's a different
he
type
eats."
of fish.
Listen,
Yeah, I shouldn't have started with this bit. I'm sorry.
listen. All I'm gonna say.
Actually a person behind
All I'm
these
gonna
lips.
say is he looked at your lips and was like, "I bet anything he eats smells." That's what really happened here.
I'm going to continue to try to wipe off my lips, and after I leave this place, I'm going to eat Popeyes that I'm not allowed to have in my diet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Home to North
What do you
Jersey.
normally
You're
get from
skipping, huh?
Popeyes?
So I used to be just like a regular 3-piece kind of dark kind of guy, but these wings they've come out with.
I like their 10-piece mixed chicken.
The wings, man. They've actually changed my life in that I sometimes order boneless wings from them.
Oh, you get
And I'm the
boneless.
kind of fat, fucking proud Che Guevara kind of guy that would scream at people, boneless wings aren't wings. They're adult chicken nuggets. But at Popeyes,
for
it's
real.
just a sphere of perfectly crispy fried chicken.
And you'll happily eat
Well,
your
actually-
adult chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they're
What
so
do you
good.
not mad at that.
Do you prefer Popeyes or
When it
Chick-fil-A?
comes to so I think I have a big enough set of man titties that I actually can distinguish. That's not a simple black or white question.
Okay.
If we're talking about fried chicken sandwiches,
Yeah.
Popeyes is really good, but I am a
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A guy, and I lived in North Carolina, like I said. But when you're talking straight
Chick-fil-A
up
was big
fried
down there?
chicken, oh, it's everywhere there too.
Oh, jeez.
It's as imagine how frequently you run into a McDonald's in Jersey. Chick-fil-A started down there. So
Well,
they're
let me
everywhere, too.
let me ask
Yeah.
you this. So
Yeah.
the
I had
lines
Chick-fil-A in
here
95.
at the Chick-fil-A's in New Jersey are fucking ridiculous. Like you need like 3 different fucking lanes.
Oh, for sure.
You know, there's people that have to come outside to just manage the fucking chaos at a Chick-fil-A. How bad is it getting Chick-fil-A down there? Because
Well,
it
let
is
me-
brutal here.
Let me
There's
tell you-
5 times as many in the same driving radius, so it's not as much of a problem. There'll still be a little bit of a line because the
Okay.
shit's good and big, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I
before-
live near Morristown, and
Oh.
within 20 minutes, there are only 3 Chick-fil-A's. There's one in Parsippany, there's one in Union, and the other one.
I love how he said only.
My point is, when I lived in Charlotte,
Compared to what
there
he
would have
used
been
to have.
15 within a 20-minute drive and 2 within a 5-minute drive.
Within Charlotte.
They were everywhere because
Oh, yeah.
it came from the south.
Yeah, it did. I think it was in Atlanta because
It will
I-
be that way. Yeah, it started in Atlanta. You're right.
Yeah, in '96, I had my first. Before I became vegetarian, I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich at the CNN building in 1996.
Chick-fil-A's been around that long?
Yeah,
You still went vegetarian after that experience. I'm proud of you.
Yo,
Yeah.
Ruben.
That shit's good.
Ruben. Can I tell you where I went that I want to go back to one day?
What's that?
So everybody raves about In-N-Out Burger that's
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
in the East Coast.
Yeah,
You know, because we don't have it up here. Not a lot of people know what it tastes
they
like.
said they didn't want to come out here.
I thought In-N-Out Burger was all right. I thought it was good for the price. I thought it was cheap.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's all that, but it was fine. It was good. I would eat it again if we were there. You know, but what I really fucking liked and I fell in love with, because we used to have this up here. Do you remember Jack in the Box?
Oh yeah,
Yo,
back in
they're
the day.
fucking egg rolls, bro.
Those are
That is a 3 in the morning munchie hangover snack from God.
so. Here's
Okay.
the line between food fat fucks and people that just dabble. I lived in San Diego, where Jack in the Box is from, before I moved to Charlotte. Before I moved here, and the egg rolls were so good that my wife was on board with me. She was my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
We were both thinner boyfriend and girlfriends, and became
Oh no,
husband and wife.
my wife like had it one
But
time.
she
She's
drew
like,
the line at the tacos. They take the fucking cheap ass basic tacos and deep fry them just like the egg rolls.
Okay.
And I had to stop.
Yeah, I
They're
felt
2 for 99 cents.
Yeah, I fell in
When you
love-
hit 500, your heart automatically explodes. It's like a video game. And I got up to high 400s in my 2 years living in San Diego.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
It was
Jack in the
that's why
Box
he
is
had
the
to move
bomb.
to,
Yeah.
That's why he had to move to North Carolina. He was on borrowed time.
I'm like witness relocation for fatty foods. I mean, North Carolina wasn't much better either.
Witness protection program for food.
Right.
Well,
It's
you know the thing
unbelievable.
is like
Still in recovery.
every I guess you say it's safe to say region has
Right.
their go-to restaurant they've been for years. Like Atlanta, Georgia area, it's been Waffle House and then
Waffle House is
Chick-fil-A.
dope.
You go out in the West, it's Jack in the Box or In-N-Out Burger.
Let me ask you this: do they have any good Waffle Houses around here?
No, Waffle House.
Yeah,
That's to North Carolina, I believe, or Virginia.
So I drive a lot from North Carolina when I was visiting family up here.
Yeah.
The closest one to here is on the Maryland, Pennsylvania border on I-81, which is out west. Like
That's like the closest, like real good one.
that's like the closest any
I'm gonna
good
tell you
one.
the one in Georgia though. I was in Atlanta. I didn't like it.
No?
No. Yeah, I didn't like it.
I
I had
went-
a bad. It was just terrible.
I went 2 or 3 times in college, and I was in not West Virginia, but Western Virginia. And like during my college times, I went like 2 or 3 times, but it was 2 in the morning in college. Like I don't remember it. So when we were in Charlotte, where they were everywhere, we just kind of avoided it.
There's a lot of 2 in the mornings.
My kids were into IHOP, which is fine, and it's up here too.
Hop's fine.
But on our ceremonial journey to moving to New Jersey 2 years ago with them in the car, on the West Virginia border next to our hotel, there was a Waffle House. And I don't know if I just got more with the people or I was just less particular, but it was fucking amazing. I had a maple pecan waffle. I had sausage patties. My kids all ate. They ate different things.
Where was this?
This was moving up to New Jersey. We were on the border of Virginia and West Virginia.
Okay.
It's probably still 4 hours from here. But
Wow. That's
I feel
good.
like I missed my chance. I spent 15 years in the South and didn't have Waffle House until halfway through my last day in the fucking club.
Well,
Never.
AJ, you
Why?
must have had a good experience on that one
because I heard Waffle House sucked from people that were there with me, and I was too blacked out to remember.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, see,
It's a scene more than a food, but if you go there for the food, it's...
Well, I mean, I would hope you're going to a Waffle House for the food.
I mean, I went
Some
to-
fuck
People
else
go
is
there for other
went-
things at 4 in
I
the
went
morning
to-
in the South.
I went to 3
I
different
believe.
ones in near Atlanta area, and they all sucked.
That's how he gets his lips to look like that. The corner of the Waffle House.
Well, I mean, I don't have to pay for a
And
waffle.
I got here's the funny one.
In
There
this
was
economy?
one- I was in Chamblee.
That's
right?
whipped cream and strawberries.
Yeah.
I was in
That's
Chamblee.
what we want you to do.
Ironic
time.
that IHOP is the one that calls it Tutti Frutti.
Tutti Frutti.
Fruity Tutti Fresh and Fruity.
Yeah, you know, I was in one the town. It was a town called Chamblee. It's in Atlanta, and we went to a Waffle House, and I get you not, it looked like something out of a KK movie. Okay.
Only 2 Ks.
KKK.
It was only-
Fill in the
was
rest on
racist.
your own.
I mean, it was the most
Rated KK.
southern
Not triple X, rated
redneck,
triple K.
like a southern redneck place I ever been into, and everybody had like the plaid shirts on and the cow and the farmer hats. When I went there, it was smoke filled, and it just, I don't know, I just didn't. The vibe was just not cool when I walked into it.
Yeah, it's gritty for sure. Did you
So
spend
what
a lot
was-
of time in Atlanta?
On and off. My family is from Atlanta. My dad's from Atlanta.
So when I did this whole lipstick bit, were you thinking that dude's from Midtown or what?
Probably. He knows Midtown.
I know my way around Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's looking like he's trying to get the rest of the Confederate flag on his lips.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get a good, if you want to get a good slap at the ass, go to Midtown.
So I lived in Charlotte,
take
but
your
I had
word
a
for
sales job. My boss was in Atlanta, so I'd have to sometimes come down to meet with him. It was in sales for clients, but for some reason, even though our office wasn't there, I guess it was like a savings thing. My company always put me up in one of 2 hotels in Midtown, which is fine. But I was in my 20s trying to make money, wearing a suit, no lipstick at all, and getting my ass slapped by the Anne Frank house. Not seeing the Gone with the Wind house.
Oh.
He was missing the lipstick, is what he's trying to say.
Been to Claremont Lounge is what I'm trying to say.
Oh man, I love it. So where do you normally perform when you're doing comedy?
So I've been on the open mic circuit hard since I started last year, but I'm starting to get some jobs. I have my second paid job ever at the end of the month
Nice.
up in Bergenfield at the basement at Tommy's, which is the basement of a Irish pub, but has its own room. But I am willing to drive, so anywhere from Jersey Shore up into upstate New York. I don't go into Manhattan as much yet because I'm going to spend all that toll money. I'm going to get a little better. I still have improvements to do.
Could
But
always
I'm
take the train.
yeah, it's from my town. It's almost as expensive as just taking the tolls, and I don't have the freedom.
Oh,
to,
it's the same?
Yeah, it's
fuck.
crazy. But I'm willing to. In August, I did 22 open mics and 2 shows in 30 days. So I've just been grinding, man.
Yeah.
I've seen
I love it.
I've seen your buddy PJ Morin anywhere from as south as Point Pleasant to as north as Suffern, New York, and pretty much everywhere in between. My wife is very supportive. Being the stay-at-home dad, I get out at night because I lock it down with the kids, like I told you,
during the day.
my coworkers. And she's my
Some
sugar
of the
mama
worst
that makes the
coworkers
money.
some of the worst coworkers you could have.
They just have boundary issues. There's no HR department. There should be. There's the hours are tough.
What happens is you tell the HR department, and then they tell you fuck off. I'm the one who makes the big bucks here.
The HR departments are fucking fish in the fishbowl. There is no HR at all for me.
Oh man, nah, but dude, that's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome to hear that you have the support 100%. Because, you know,
I think secretly they just want me out of the house.
I bring it up to parents, and they're like, "Why the fuck do you drive?" I bring it up to, you know, my wife, and to be fair, she's gone to like a lot of different shows over the years. So like you get to like a certain point where it's like, you know, do I have to go?
Yeah.
It's like one of those. You know what I mean?
So
like
I have
very supportive whenever I do a show, you know, but you know, they want to get dragged out less and less, you know?
And she can hide behind, and I appreciate that, hey, you've had the kids for the first 16 hours of this day.
Yeah.
Go without me for these next 4.
Right.
And then secretly she's like, thank God I don't have to hear the same slightly different version of the same joke I've been not laughing at for 6 months. So God bless her.
I mean, everybody finds their own way of not supporting.
If I come home and I had a good night in a good room and I got a lot of laughs, and every once in a while she lets me celebrate in her.
I love it. That's awesome. So we do have about 5 minutes left on the show. Ruben gave me the signal a couple minutes ago. So tell everybody, you know, about your shows coming up, where they can find you, things like that. Sure. You know, before, you know, you end up having to, you know, have people not laugh at your jokes again.
Cool. So I'm going to be in Clifton, New Jersey at the Pizzeria Uno. They're doing a showcase there from 7 to 11 next Saturday, the 21st, and it is it's a free show except for you have to make reservations for tables, and it's a $15 minimum to spend. But I mean, if you're going out to dinner, take someone out to dinner, it's real easy, and there's going to be like 19 other very talented Jersey comedians on this showcase. We're getting paid in deep dish, which I felt like
sounds about right.
Having traveled the world, I'm okay with that. Like, I know my Lou Malnati's in Chicago is dope, but trying to get a bunch of Jersey comics on board with deep dish, thank God we're just so poor and hungry that we'll eat it anyway. On the 24th, I'm going to be at the Dojo Comedy in Morris Plains, which is above the restaurant Tiff's. They're having their new talent showcase starting at 8 p.m. And then my second paid show ever, that's not just a showcase, I will be at the basement at Tommy's. Tommy Fox's in Bergenfield, New Jersey on Saturday, the 28th at 7 p.m. I have a couple other shows at the Rhino coming up in Suffern, New York, but those are still out in the air. So if I came on the show 2 months ago, I would have just been like, come see me at an open mic and maybe we'll have a shot together. So it's starting to finally pop, and I appreciate the
dude,
the
I love that. I'm glad you got something going on now. 100%. I'm glad you've been grinding, and I'm glad you've been able to make this happen for yourself. So thank you again for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. Everybody, make sure you go follow him. Make sure you go check out all the shows that he mentioned. And definitely make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe once again. Remember, we just passed 3,600 subscribers. Help us get to 4,000. Check us out next week. We'll have Justin Wright on the show Tuesday, September 24th.
Can I plug my IG?
Same channel. Plug your IG.
At A.J Ellis Comedy. Very original.
That's right.
Come see my shit.
Hot Tag Takes. See us next week. Deuces.